Welcome back to World Information HD channel. Have you ever checked your pocket change and wondered if that ordinary penny could be worth a fortune? Well, some people have, and walked away with hundreds of thousands, even millions of dollars. In today's video, we're revealing the top 5 most expensive and rare USA 1-cent coins that are worth millions. If you're a coin collector, history lover, or just hoping to strike it rich, you don't want to miss this. So grab a seat, check your pockets, and let's dive deep into the fascinating world of high-value pennies. You might be holding a gold mine and not even know it. Today's video is going to blow your mind. We are diving deep into the hidden history and shocking current value of the 1977 no-mint mark Lincoln 1-cent penny. That's right, a simple-looking penny that many people overlook can actually be worth up to $34,994 in today's market. Stay with us to uncover why this ordinary coin could change your financial future forever. The Lincoln cent has been one of the most iconic coins in U.S. history since it was first issued in 1909 to celebrate the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln. Designed by Victor David Brenner, it was the first American coin to feature a real historical figure. In 1977, the Lincoln cent was still made primarily of 95% copper and 5% zinc, weighing 3.11 grams. This composition was later changed in 1982 due to rising copper prices. But what makes the 1977 no-mint mark penny so special isn't just the metal, it's the rarity, errors, and current market demand. No-mint mark, what does that mean? Many people are confused by the term no-mint mark. In 1977, most Lincoln pennies were produced at the Philadelphia Mint, which did not use a mint mark at the time. So if your 1977 penny has no mint mark under the date, that's totally normal. But here's the twist: not all no mint mark 1977 pennies are valuable. Only a select few, due to specific errors, condition, and rarity, have skyrocketed in value. Why some 1977 no mint mark pennies are worth so much? So what makes a 1977 penny worth over $34,994? Let's break it down. Exceptional condition, mint state 67 or higher. The most valuable 1977 pennies are in what collectors call mint state, especially MS 67 or higher on the Sheldon scale. This means the coin looks almost brand new, with no wear, strong luster, and nearly flawless surfaces. Coins like this are extremely rare because most pennies from 1977 have long been in circulation and show heavy signs of wear, striking errors, and die varieties. Some 1977 no-mint mark pennies contain minting errors that dramatically increase their value. Look for double-dyed verse, DDO, where the letters or numbers appear doubled, especially in the words Liberty and In God We Trust. Off-center strikes, where the design is shifted and doesn't sit perfectly centered on the coin. BIE errors, small die breaks between the letters B and E in Liberty, forming what looks like an extra I. Clipped planchets, where a portion of the coin is missing due to a cutting error during production. These flaws may seem minor to the untrained eye but can increase the coin's value dramatically when verified by grading services, graded by reputable agencies. If your 1977 penny is graded by top certification companies like PCGS or NGC and receives a high grade, it can bring in tens of thousands of dollars. The highest known sale of a 1977 no-mint mark penny in MS67 red condition went for a shocking $34,994 at auction. How to check if you have one? Go grab your jar of old pennies. Yes, right now. Here's what you want to look for. Check the date. Make sure it says 1977. Look below the date. If there is no mint mark, you've got the right type. Examine the coin's condition. Is it shiny? No scratches? Little to no wear? Look for doubling, unusual shapes, or weird design elements that could be errors. Consider sending it to a professional grading company if it looks promising. Even if you don't have a coin worth $34,994, a 1977 penny in mint state can still fetch anywhere from $100 to $1,000 depending on the grade and error type. Current market value breakdown. Let's talk money. Here's a rough estimate of what these coins are selling for today based on grade, circulated condition, good to fine 1 to 10 cents. These are everywhere. Extra fine to AU, almost uncirculated 50 cents to $3. MS60 to MS63, $5 to $25, MS64 to MS66, $40 to $200, MS67 red, $1,500 to $7,000 top auction grade, MS67 plus red up to $34. $9.94. Remember, prices vary depending on the buyer, rarity, and competition at auctions. Why copper content matters. The 1977 Lincoln penny is composed of mostly pure copper, unlike today's post-1982 pennies, which are made of copper-plated zinc. The melt value of a 1977 penny is currently about 2 to 3 cents, thanks to rising copper prices. That's already 3x its face value, but the collector value makes it truly explosive. Tips for selling your valuable penny. If you believe you have a valuable 1977 no mint mark penny, don't clean the coin. This can lower its value significantly. Use a magnifying glass to check for doubling or small errors. Send it to PCGS or NGC for professional grading. List it on eBay or bring it to an auction house once it's certified. There are thousands of collectors constantly searching for rare variations of this coin. You could be holding on to a mini fortune. The 1977 no mint mark Lincoln 1-cent penny is more than just pocket change. For those lucky enough to own one in pristine condition or with rare errors, it could be worth thousands, even up to $34,994. It's an amazing reminder that treasure can be hiding in the most unexpected places, like your junk drawer or an old piggy bank. So the next time you're handed change at the store, take a second and look closely. That penny in your hand might just be your golden ticket. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss a new episode about rare and valuable coins. Drop a comment below if you've ever found a rare penny, or if you're going to check your coin jar after this. Until next time, happy collecting and good luck hunting for treasure. Have you ever looked at a simple penny and wondered if it might be worth thousands of dollars? What if I told you that a common-looking coin from 1978 with no mint mark could actually make you a fortune? That's right. One single 1978 Lincoln 1-cent coin, with no mint mark, recently sold for a jaw-dropping $16,399. Today, we're diving deep into the story behind this seemingly ordinary penny and why it could be hiding in your pocket change right now. Let's begin with a bit of background. The 1978 Lincoln penny is part of the iconic Lincoln cent series that began back in 1909 to commemorate the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln. The coin has gone through several changes in design and composition, but the basic look has stayed consistent. The obverse, or head side, features a right-facing portrait of Lincoln, while the reverse, or tail side, in 1978 still showed the Lincoln Memorial in Washington, D.C. That design was used from 1959 all the way through 2008. Now here's the key detail that makes the 1978 Lincoln cent special. Many of these coins were minted in Philadelphia, which traditionally did not put a mint mark on pennies at the time. So, if your 1978 penny has no mint mark under the date, that simply means it was struck at the Philadelphia Mint. At first glance, this doesn't sound rare. In fact, over 5 billion of these pennies were produced at the Philadelphia Mint in 1978 alone. That's right, billions. But don't be fooled by those huge numbers. Because when it comes to coin collecting, it's not just about how many were made. It's about how many survive in flawless condition. That's where the real value begins. Most 1978 pennies were used in everyday circulation. They got scratched, worn down, lost, or damaged. Very few remained in pristine, mint state condition. And fewer still have been graded at the highest possible levels by professional grading companies like PCGS or NGC. This is where rarity comes into play. So why is a no mint mark 1978 penny worth over $16,000? Let's talk about the actual coin that sold for that staggering price. This particular penny was graded as MS67 Plus red by PCGS, which stands for Mint State 67 Plus with full red coloring. That means it was virtually flawless, showing no wear and retaining its bright, original copper luster, as if it had just come off the press. For a copper coin that's over 4 decades old, that level of preservation is incredibly rare. In 2021, one of these high-grade 1978 no-mint mark pennies sold at auction for $16,399. That sale shocked collectors and coin enthusiasts alike, driving new interest in this particular year and mint. It's important to understand the grading system to really appreciate this value. The scale goes from 1 to 70, with 70 being a perfect, flawless coin. An MS67 Plus is just 3 steps below perfection. Coins that reach this level are considered superb and are extremely hard to come by, especially for coins that were mass-produced and meant for daily use. Now you might be wondering, could you have one of these hidden in your pocket, coin jar, or old piggy bank? Here's what you need to look for. First, check the date. It must say 1978. Then, look below the year. If there is no mint mark, no little d or s, that means it came from the Philadelphia Mint. Hold on to it. Next, examine the color. If your penny has a bright, red copper shine, it could be worth more. Coins are graded in color levels: brown, and red. Full red is the most valuable and sought after. Now take a close look at the coin's condition. If it has no scratches, no dull spots, and looks almost brand new, you might be holding something special. But to really know its value, you'll need to have it professionally graded. Companies like PCGS and NGC can examine your coin and assign it an official grade that collectors trust. But that's not all. Error coins from 1978 can also be worth a small fortune. Some 1978 Lincoln cents were struck off center, have doubling on the date or lettering, or were struck on the wrong planchets. These error coins can be incredibly valuable depending on how dramatic the error is. Always inspect both sides of the coin carefully under a magnifying glass or take clear photos and share them with coin collecting communities online. You'd be surprised how many experts are willing to help you identify a hidden gem. What's the average value of a 1978 no-mint mark penny? Most circulated 1978 Lincoln cents without a mint mark are only worth 1 cent, maybe a couple of cents to a casual collector. In average condition, they are extremely common and not valuable. However, if the coin is uncirculated and graded MS65 red, its value can rise to around $15 to $20. At MS66, it might fetch $40 to $60. When you get to MS67 and especially MS67 Plus, the price explodes into the thousands. That's why condition is king in coin collecting. So how can you protect the pennies you think might be valuable? First, avoid cleaning them. Cleaning a coin can ruin its value permanently. Instead, store your coins in a protective holder or coin flip to avoid further damage. If you think your penny has high potential, get it graded before selling. Graded coins sell for much higher prices and attract serious collectors. In summary, while billions of 1978 Lincoln pennies were made, only a small handful have survived in near-perfect condition. If you happen to find a 1978 no-mint mark penny with brilliant red luster and no signs of wear, you might be holding a coin worth over $16,000. Keep an eye out, because the next one could be hiding in plain sight. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about valuable coins hiding in everyday change, hit that like button, subscribe for more rare coin stories, and comment below if you've ever found a valuable penny. Who knows? You might just be sitting on a hidden fortune. Until next time, happy coin hunting! Welcome back, coin lovers and treasure hunters. In today's video, we are diving into a fascinating and potentially life-changing topic: the 1995 no-mint mark Lincoln 1-cent penny. Believe it or not, this ordinary-looking penny could be hiding in your pocket change, and it might be worth up to $14,389 in today's market. That's right. A penny that most people overlook could bring in thousands of dollars. So stay with us as we reveal the incredible history, how to identify this rare coin, why it's so valuable, and what collectors are currently paying for it. Let's begin. The Lincoln cent was first introduced in 1909 to honor the 100th anniversary of President Abraham Lincoln's birth. Over the years, the Lincoln penny has undergone many design changes, mint mark variations, and rare errors that have caught the attention of collectors. The 1995 no mint mark penny is one of the standout examples. In 1995, the United States Mint struck billions of pennies across multiple facilities, including Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. The coins minted in Philadelphia traditionally do not carry a mint mark, which is why the 1995 no mint mark penny is sometimes overlooked by casual observers. But here's where it gets interesting. Most 1995 pennies are worth just face value. However, there's a small number of these coins with a special error, a double die obverse, also known as the D-deal. This doubling effect, which occurs during the minting process, is most clearly visible in the word Liberty, the date 1995, and the motto, In God We Trust. If you find this doubling on your 1995 no mint mark penny, you could be looking at a coin worth thousands of dollars. So what exactly causes this doubling? During the coin making process, a die is created to strike the design onto blank coin planchets. If there is a misalignment when the hub presses the design into the die more than once, it results in a noticeable doubling. When that flawed die is used to strike coins, each coin it produces carries the doubling error. Now let's talk about what makes the 1995 doubled die penny so valuable. First and foremost, it's about scarcity and visibility. Although millions of 1995 pennies were struck, only a small number contained the clearly visible doubled die error. That rarity, combined with demand from collectors, drives the price up significantly. Depending on the coin's condition, prices vary. Circulated examples with light wear may sell between $20 to $100 higher grade. Uncirculated examples can fetch $300 to $1,000, but wait. Coins graded as MS67 or higher by professional grading services like PCGS or NGC can command astonishing prices. In fact, a pristine MS69 example sold for a whopping $14,389 at auction. Collectors are particularly drawn to high-grade specimens with strong, clearly defined doubling. And since the doubling on this coin is visible to the naked eye, it doesn't require magnification, making it easier for non-experts to identify. So how can you check if your 1995 penny is the rare doubled die? Here are a few steps you can follow at home. Take a 1995 penny with no mint mark. That means it was struck in Philadelphia. Examine the obverse side of the coin. That's the side with Lincoln's portrait. Look closely at the words, Liberty, in God We Trust, and the date, 1995. If the letters appear slightly doubled or blurred, especially on Liberty and Trust, you may have a doubled die. Use a magnifying glass or a jeweler's loupe to be sure. If the doubling is present, consider sending the coin to a grading service like PCGS or NGC for authentication and grading. Let's also talk about the coin's general features to help you avoid confusion. Obverse design, Abraham Lincoln facing right. Reverse design, the Lincoln Memorial, flanked by the words, 1 cent, and United States of America. Composition, 97.5% zinc and 2.5% copper weight, 2.5 grams edge. Plain mint, no mint mark equals Philadelphia. It's worth noting that there are many fake double die coins floating around the market, especially online. These are usually machine doubled coins or intentionally altered fakes. Make sure your coin is certified before trying to sell it at a high price. If you have a genuine 1995 double die penny, it's best to store it safely in a protective case and consider having it appraised by an expert. The demand for this coin is strong, and many collectors are still hunting for it. So, check your jars, your drawers, your pockets, and your piggy banks. You might already own a 1995 no mint mark Lincoln penny that could be worth hundreds, even thousands of dollars. In conclusion, the 1995 no mint mark Lincoln 1 cent penny, especially those with the double die error, are among the most exciting modern coin treasures in circulation. From a face value of just 1 cent to auction prices exceeding $14,000, this coin is a perfect example of how numismatics can turn everyday change into serious cash. Don't forget to like this video if you found it helpful and informative. Subscribe to our channel for more rare coin discoveries, values, and hidden treasures that could be sitting in your wallet right now. Let us know in the comments if you've ever come across a rare penny, or if you're planning to check your stash after watching this video. Thanks for watching, and happy hunting! Welcome back to the channel, where we uncover the hidden treasures in your pocket change. Today's spotlight is on a coin that many people overlook, yet it could be worth a life-changing amount of money. We're talking about the 2001 Lincoln 1-cent penny. That's right, a penny from the year 2001 with the Denver Mint mark could be worth as much as $34,187 in today's coin market. Let's dive deep into the history, value, and reasons behind why this coin could be worth a fortune. The Lincoln cent, introduced in 1909 to honor the 100th birthday of Abraham Lincoln, has gone through many transformations over the years. By 2001, the penny featured the familiar image of Lincoln on the obverse and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse, a design used from 1959 until 2008. Most people assume that modern pennies are only worth a cent, but certain examples with rare errors, low production anomalies, or extremely high-quality strikes can be worth thousands of dollars. And that brings us to the incredible 2001 Lincoln cent that recently shocked collectors with its sky-high value. The 2001 penny was struck at the Denver Mint. The D Mint mark beneath the date stands for Denver, one of the major U.S. mint facilities. Over 5 billion Lincoln cents were minted in Denver that year, making it seem like a common coin. But not all coins are created equal. Among those billions, a few extraordinary specimens exist, coins with rare errors, high grades, and unique characteristics that make them extremely valuable to collectors. Let's talk about what makes a 2001 penny worth more than $34,000. First, it's all about condition. A regular circulated 2001 penny is still only worth face value. But if you find one in pristine condition, what collectors call mint state or MS condition, especially graded MS 68 or higher by professional grading services like PCGS or NGC, then you could be holding a jackpot in the palm of your hand. The penny that sold for $34,187 was a top-tier specimen graded MS 68 red by PCGS. The term, red, refers to the original reddish color of the copper surface, which collectors highly prize. Over time, pennies tend to turn brown due to oxidation, but ones that retain their brilliant red luster fetch significantly higher prices. In this case, the coin's perfect strike, full luster, and nearly flawless surface made it an elite collectible. Combine that with the rarity of finding such a high-grade coin among billions, and you've got a coin that collectors will pay tens of thousands of dollars to own. Now let's talk about rare errors found on 2001 Lincoln pennies. Some of the most valuable coins in the world are error coins, pieces that left the mint with striking mistakes. Known errors in the 2001 penny series include off-center strikes, double die obverse, die cracks, clipped planchets, and misaligned dies. These errors can range in value from a few $100s to several thousand, depending on the severity and uniqueness of the error. For example, a double die obverse, where the design elements appear doubled, can increase a coin's value exponentially. If you spot a 2001 penny where Lincoln's features or the lettering seem doubled or shadowed, you might have a rare error on your hands. Let's go over the types of values you can expect for different 2001 pennies. Circulated condition coins, which are worn and used in everyday transactions, are typically worth 1 cent, unless an error is present. These coins are very common and usually have no premium. Uncirculated coins that were never used and still retain their original mint luster can range in value from $1 to $10, depending on quality. If it's a high mint state grade like MS 65 or MS 66, you could be looking at $50 to $100. Coins graded MS 67 red jump into the $200 to $500 range. But the rare MS 68 red specimens, like the one that sold for over $34,000, are the cream of the crop. Fewer than a handful of these have been discovered, and collectors compete fiercely for them at major auctions. The value of these coins can also increase over time. As more people start collecting modern Lincoln cents, the demand for the highest quality examples grows. That drives prices even higher, especially for rare date and mint mark combinations in top condition. It's not just about the age of a coin, it's about rarity, quality, and demand. So, how can you find a valuable 2001D penny? First, grab a magnifying glass or coin loupe and start examining your loose change. Look for a coin that is very shiny, clean, and free of scratches or dents. Then look for any signs of doubling in the lettering or Lincoln's portrait. If it looks unusual, hold on to it. You may also want to weigh the coin to see if it has any unusual composition errors. A regular 2001D penny should weigh around 2.5 grams and be made of copper-plated zinc. To be absolutely sure about your coin's value, consider sending it to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. They can authenticate and grade the coin, which significantly increases its marketability and potential value at auction. Let's talk briefly about where this $34,187 sale happened. That record-breaking penny was sold at a major public coin auction, most likely through Heritage Auctions or Stack's Bowers, two of the largest and most respected coin auction companies in the world. These auctions often attract high-end collectors willing to pay premium prices for the best specimens available. If you believe you have a coin worth serious money, this is the type of platform where such coins should be sold. Before we wrap up, let's do a quick recap. The 2001D Lincoln penny might seem ordinary, but if it's in exceptional condition or contains a rare error, it could be worth thousands, or even over $34,000. Coins in MS-68 red condition are the most valuable, and rare mint errors can also dramatically increase value. Always check your change, examine your pennies closely, and never assume a coin has no value just because it's modern. Thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe for more rare coin discoveries, and share this with fellow collectors or anyone who loves hidden treasures. You never know, someone might have a fortune sitting in a coin jar at home right now. Keep hunting, keep collecting, and we'll see you in the next video. Welcome back to the channel, coin collectors and treasure hunters. Today, we're diving deep into a surprising and exciting story, the 2007 no-mint mark Lincoln 1-cent penny. At first glance, this coin looks like just another ordinary penny you'd find in your change jar or on the sidewalk. But hold on. Some of these coins are turning up at auctions and private sales with values reaching an astonishing $4,187 or more. How can such a recent coin be worth so much? What makes it valuable? And how can you tell if you have one in your pocket right now? Stick around, because we're going to cover the full history, the rare errors, and how collectors determine if your coin is truly a jackpot find. The history of the 2007 Lincoln penny. Let's start with a bit of background. The 2007 Lincoln penny is part of the long-running Lincoln cent series, which began in 1909 to honor the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. These pennies have featured Lincoln's profile on the obverse since their first release and were designed by Victor David Brenner. Over the years, the reverse design changed, from wheat ears to the Lincoln Memorial in 1959, and later to the shield design in 2010. But in 2007, the reverse still featured the classic Lincoln Memorial design. Now here's where it gets interesting. Most 2007 Lincoln cents were struck at the Philadelphia and Denver mints. Coins from Denver carry a small D mint mark, while those from Philadelphia have no mint mark at all. So yes, the no mint mark is not necessarily an error, at least, not by itself. But there's more to the story. Why a no mint mark penny from 2007 can be valuable. So if a missing mint mark from Philadelphia is standard, what makes certain 2007 no mint mark pennies special and worth thousands? The answer lies in condition, die errors, and rarity. Condition, grading matters. Most pennies you find in circulation are scratched, worn, or discolored. But if you find a 2007 penny in pristine, mint-state condition, especially if it's graded MS-68 or higher by a reputable grading service like PCGS or NGC, it can be extremely valuable. Why? Because very few survive in such perfect condition. The demand from collectors who want flawless examples drives up the price dramatically. Errors and varieties. Some 2007 pennies have die errors that make them rare. These include double die obverse, where Lincoln's features or the lettering appear doubled, off-center strikes, where the image is not properly centered, BI errors, where a small die break forms a letter-like blob between the B and E in Liberty, die cracks, cuds, or other unusual striking flaws. Coins with these errors are considered unique and collectible, and depending on the severity and visibility of the error, prices can go up quickly. High-grade certified coins. The biggest auction prices are seen in coins that have been professionally graded and encapsulated. For example, a 2007 no mint mark Lincoln penny graded MS68 red by PCGS once sold for an incredible $4,187. That's right, a 1-cent coin, just 18 years old, sold for over $4,000. And that's not an isolated case. Other high-grade coins from this year continue to fetch hundreds to thousands of dollars from eager collectors. What to look for in your 2007 penny? You might be wondering how to tell if your 2007 no mint mark penny is valuable. Here are a few quick steps. Check the condition. Look at the coin under a bright light. Is the surface shiny and free from scratches, spots, or wear? If it looks nearly perfect, you might have something special. Look for errors. Use a magnifying glass or jeweler's loupe to check for doubling on the date, lettering, or Lincoln's profile. Also look at the rim, the word Liberty, and the memorial on the reverse for any signs of unusual marks or misstrikes. Consider getting it graded. If your coin looks flawless or has an interesting error, it may be worth sending it to PCGS or NGC for certification. A coin that comes back with a high MS rating can instantly gain value in the collector's market. Current market value and trends. As of now, a standard circulated 2007 no mint mark penny might only be worth 1 cent, or maybe a few cents to the right buyer. But if your coin is in uncirculated condition, especially with a full red luster and no marks, you could be looking at values from $10 to $100 or more. Now, when it comes to high-grade certified coins, especially MS67 or MS68 examples, prices jump significantly. Sales of MS68 red examples have crossed $4,000, with some buyers offering even more depending on eye appeal and demand at the time. Error coins can vary wildly. A dramatic off-center strike or bold double die error could bring in hundreds or thousands, depending on the severity and how well documented the variety is. Why you should check your pocket change. Most people ignore their pennies. They toss them in jars, leave them on counters, or let them collect dust. But hidden in those piles could be a coin that's worth more than you think. If you're lucky enough to find a high-grade or error 2007 no mint mark penny, you could be holding on to a small treasure. That's why collectors always say, check your change. It costs you nothing, and the rewards can be huge. The 2007 no mint mark Lincoln penny is proof that even modern coins can carry impressive value. While most are common, the rare few that are in superb condition or feature minting errors can be worth hundreds, or even thousands. Whether you're a seasoned numismatist or a casual hobbyist, keep your eyes open for this little copper coin. It might just change your fortune. If you found this video helpful, make sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on the next rare coin you should be looking for. Thanks for watching, and until next time, happy hunting!